Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. If it's your first time here, my name is Michael Shu and welcome. I got some very exciting news I want to share with all of you guys. Just recently, I passed my airline training, took the check ride, and passed. So now I'm an official airline pilot. That's so crazy. I just want to come up here and share that great news with all of you guys and say thank you for all of you guys that's been supporting me throughout my journey. Ever since I started training and through the American Airline Cadet Academy program, and now I'm an airline pilot. I think I'm going to be creating content geared towards that, how to pass the airline training, what to expect when you become an airline pilot. But thank you all of you guys that's been on this journey. I could not have done it without you guys. So today, I'm going to be telling you guys tips to help you pass your airline training. If you guys aren't subscribed, I'd really appreciate if you guys went down and smash the subscribe button, and don't forget to leave a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's dive into the video. The number one question I get asked the most, and I asked the most as well when I was through airline training, was, is airline training hard? The short answer is yes, the airline training was very hard. It's not the fact the stuff that you're learning is hard, because the stuff you're learning is not hard at all. However, you're learning so much stuff in such a short amount of time, and you have to be proficient and know all this information in this short amount of time. It's not like a flight school. If you don't understand the information in this certain amount of time, you keep on paying and you just keep on learning and keep going until you get it. No, this is the airline. So you have a certain amount of time and you have to learn all the information in this short amount of time. And if you don't get it within that time period, they might give you a little bit of grace period, but after that period, if you're still not getting it, you're out of the program, you're fired pretty much. And that's another reason why the airline training is so stressful, is because so many people have sacrificed so much and worked so hard to get to this point, to become an airline pilot, to be in the training, to become an airline pilot. And if they don't succeed, they could get fired, and people have families to take care of. People have given up jobs to be in this position. So there's just so much on the line. There's so much stress. So yes, airline training is hard. It is difficult. I know every airline trains their pilot differently, so I can only speak from my personal experience, but I'll be giving you guys tips to help you pass your airline training regardless which airline you go to. Tip number one, the most important tip, which I learned very quickly in airline training, is to get good sleep and eat healthy. Don't get sick. My first week of airline training, I got sick. I had a stuffy nose. I didn't feel well, and that was not good. Like I said, you only have a certain amount of time to learn all the material. You don't want to be sick skipping days, because no one else is going to make up for that time if you lost. No one's gonna come in and give you extra sessions and teach you the ground material that you missed. You wanna make sure you are getting enough rest. You wanna make sure you are getting sleep and you are eating healthy. Like I said, my first week, I got sick, I didn't feel well, but I just had to push through it. And when you sound sick and you have a stuffy nose and everyone's looking for sim partners, they're not gonna choose the guy that's sick. They want someone that is healthy. So don't get sick, get sleep, eat healthy, and make sure to pack medicine, all right? In case you do get sick, in case you do get stuffy nose, you have that medicine to use to make you feel better sooner. But that is huge right there. Don't get sick. It's gonna delay your progress. You're not gonna be able to focus as much. You're gonna be tired if you are sick. So getting good rest, good sleep, eating healthy is actually very important, and I think that's something that people don't talk about enough, because they just wanna talk about the material. They wanna talk about how to pass the airline training, but you can't learn if you're sick. Tip number two is take good notes. You're in class for 8 hours a day, learning all the systems of the airplane. The instructor is going really fast, and you think you'll memorize it, you don't need to take notes, you'll ask someone else, but no, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna forget everything you learned as soon as you get back to the hotel, because your brain is gonna be absolutely fried, and that's where taking good notes is very important. You're in class 8 hours a day, going through system after system, so make sure you are taking good notes so that when you're back in the hotel after your brain is fried, you can review what you learned. Taking good notes is huge, especially for the ground portion of the airline training. And if you do have any questions as the instructor is going through it, make sure you raise your hand and ask those questions. Probably will be other pilots in your class wondering the same thing, but all of you guys are a little bit scared to ask, or you guys might be thinking, I don't want to slow down the class. Maybe I shouldn't ask. Those are thoughts that popped in my head as well. But I'm going to encourage all of you guys, if you have any questions, just raise your hand and ask, and make sure you guys are taking good notes. So when you can go back to the hotel, you're able to study everything you learn. Third tip I have for all of you guys is study in a group. I know some of you guys are introvert. Some of you guys like studying on your own. However, you might be good at taking notes, but sometimes you might be writing down the wrong information. There's so many times I went back to my notes and studied, and I'm like, oh, this is great information. And when I studied with a group, I'm like, shoot, I got the wrong information. Studying in a group also allows you to see where you are knowledgeable in and other parts you are deficient in. When you study in a group, it really shows where your weaknesses are, what you need to study more in. So that's huge for me, and I believe that helped me out a ton in my airline training, was studying in a group. We would quiz each other, ask each other questions, and that is where you will see where you need to spend more time on studying. So I can't emphasize enough how important studying in a group is. Tip number 4, this one is huge. This one will make or break your airline training experience. Find a good sim partner. When I say find a good sim partner, I'm not saying find the smartest person in class. I'm not saying find the person that has the highest seniority. I'm saying find someone that you get along with. You and your sim partner are gonna be spending a lot of time together, and you wanna find someone that you get along with. You wanna find someone where you don't mind spending 8 hours, 10 hours a day studying together. My sim partner and I, we got along really well, and we would study all the time together. We had 6 hours in the sim together. On top of those 6 hours, we would study 5 hours together. So we would be spending 11 hours a day together. And that's what I mean when I say find someone you get along with. You don't want to find someone that's super senior or super smart, but you just don't want to spend a lot of time together. I've heard of stories where people just like to study on their own, and they really struggle because they don't have someone to bounce and talk up through the concepts with each other. They don't have someone to chair fly with. But me and my sim partner, like I said, we would study 5 hours every single day in preparation for the sim, the chair fly. We would quiz each other. And honestly, I think that's a huge reason why I passed my airline training, is because I had a really good sim partner. The last tip I want to share with all of you guys, and this is the most important quality that you need to have if you want to pass your airline training, is persevere. There are days where you feel like you totally don't get it. There are days where you feel like you don't belong here. There are days where you are just so discouraged and you're scared and you feel like you might fail and get fired. There are definitely days like that. I've had so many days like that. But the most important quality is to persevere. Even though you have those days, you are willing to bounce back. You are willing to get back up and say, that was a horrible day. I acknowledge it, but I'm gonna keep going. Because the second you give up on yourself, that's when the airline is gonna give up on you as well. So whatever you do, however much you're struggling, don't give up on yourself and keep persevering. I know of people that have failed different tests. I also know people that have failed their check rides, but still pass eventually because they didn't give up on themselves. And the airline sees that. If you fail on a test, but you are willing to bounce back and keep training, keep working hard, keep studying, the airline will give you more sessions. If you fail on a check ride, but you still say, hey, I'm not giving up. What do I have to do to pass my check ride next time? What do I have to study? That's when the airline will give you another chance and keep helping you, because they want you to pass as well. The airline is investing so much in each pilot. They want you guys to pass. They're paying for your hotels, they're paying for your flight, they're paying for your lessons, they're paying the instructors to be there, they're paying for your check ride fee. Of course, they want you to pass. They've invested so much into us. But the moment you give up on yourself and say, I can't do it, I give up, and that's when the airline will give up on you. So, make sure you don't give up on yourself and keep persevering. So that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope this was helpful. I personally thought airline training was tough. However, I had so many people before me giving me wisdom, sharing tips like I am to you guys. And that's what I wanna do and help all of you guys pass your airline training. If you guys have any question throughout your airline training or aviation journey at all, feel free to message me at my Instagram, at MichaelHSU95. I want to help you guys. I'm here for you. I've been through it, so I know how hard it is. And it's always nice to have someone to talk through, to help you out, to encourage you. All right, so please feel free to leave a comment, leave a message. For any of you guys that pass airline training, if you have any other tips you want to share, please leave it in the comments below. And what do you guys think about the tips I shared with you guys for the people that pass airline? Do you think you agree with the tips I shared? Do you think there are other tips you want to share? So be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.